All right, camera's rolling.
All right.
So about a 200-foot long rope, ending with a wiffle ball.
A wiffle ball? Yeah.
Keeps the abrasion down a little bit. So Peter, that yellow knob on the inside of your left knee there.
Yep.
Go ahead, pull that back a couple inches. A little more. There you go, and then bring it towards me. Perfect.
Okay.
It's going to be important that the lawyers see that if there's a problem that you hooked us up.
To do what? Oh, I get it.
I just let's see. We're looking good. All right, you ready to roll?
I am.
All right, I'm going to close it.
Okay.
So A for altimeter set to 1,000. A for air brakes, closed and locked. B for valves for good. B for belts. You're good up front there?
I am.
See, I spilled mustard on myself. Jeez.
On your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shirt.
I know. I've only got a couple of them. I'm getting a new batch in a week, though, so I guess I can be sloppy.
I'll have to run down and pick one up.
If you'd like to, yeah.
I will.
No, they're pretty cool ones. They're a little different than this, but they're neat. Let's see. Altimeter set. Air brakes closed and locked. Balance is good. I'm belted. Peter, you're belted.
I'm belted.
We are cabled up, but we have slack. So, Riley, you get about 10 feet of slack. Canopy's closed and latched. Wind's on the nose. Controls are free. You didn't put a purse or a camera in there.
Nope.
I bet I can lift the wing here. Let's see. We got almost enough wind. Not quite. All right. And wind's on the nose. Let's go. Riley, we are ready for takeoff. Here we go. As soon as we get rolling here.
Farewell traffic, tow plane, Romeo Alpha, departing
center and stick
30
again.
glider in tow, farewell.
So the nose floats first.
Yeah.
And we are off before he is. He's got power, but we got wing.
That's right. That is awesome, Don. Wow.
It's very addictive, Peter.
It is, I know.
You see him bounce around a little bit. We're about 2-3 seconds behind him. Takes a little bit of the surprise out of turbulence, but
Yep.
you don't strike me as the kind of speed you're concerned with that.
Not too much.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty. This time of the evening is perfect for kind of the broader, weaker thermals. So the air's a little smoother, but we could probably find some lift for the climb in.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Remember the first time I did this, I looked at that rope and I'm like, really, you're pulling an airplane with that? But as it turns out, if this were a single-seater, there'd be about 15 pounds of pull on that rope right now. But the two-seater might be closer to 25. But
Yeah.
that's all. If you look at it, it kind of bows. If you look at it,
I can see it, yeah.
yeah, look at that. These gliders are so sleek that they don't really challenge the rope much. And it's supposed to have a 1,500-pound braking strength. So this little area we fly over, I don't know if you looked at the map before you came down, but this is the southern Minnesota Lakes region.
Uh-huh.
And you'll see as we get a little higher, there's just lakes everywhere.
Everywhere. I know. Jeez.
They're prairie, they're pretty shallow, but they get pretty ripe this time of year, July and August. But
They get pretty wet.
pretty ripe,
Yeah.
pretty
Algae.
yeah. Coming up on the first
2,000.
Yeah, yep, 2,000 above sea level, 1,000 above ground. So
Right.
about 1/5 of the way up here. If you look at the tow plane, Peter, I've got him kind of lined up with the horizon visually, so that gives me a kind of a target to stay behind him so he doesn't really feel me back here.
Okay.
But if I come back with the control stick a little bit, I climb up like this.
You're looking at the center one?
I'm actually looking at the tow plane now.
Okay.
See how I got him way down down
you're,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm using a real horizon rather than an artificial one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so right now he's lined up with a horizon like that. Right there, actually.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And if I go down too far, the propeller, the drop washes down here, the wake.
Oh, you'll get it. Okay.
Yeah, you'll feel it in a second. We do this all the time.
There it is.
Yeah, feel it?
That's the prop, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we'll get
I didn't know it'd be that much lower.
I know. That's why. In fact, the reason I took you down there, it surprised me too. It's like 50 feet down.
That's funny.
I know. Interesting to see us in a wind.
It's like a vortex coming back, except it's the bottom.
He's got quite a bit of flap on there, so I'm sure that deflects.
Oh, that's
down
sure he
there.
does.
But he's probably a little more nose high than it looks from right here. And if I get out of position to the right, like this, I can actually pull his tail to the right and steer him left if I wanted.
Crack the whip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's like my dad when I was a kid. You know, we'd hook up our sleds behind the car, take them out on the ice on the winter.
Oh, nice. You had a fun dad, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And you're still alive.
That's right.
Yeah, those clouds are pretty far away. I don't know. Probably shouldn't have to take us all the way there. Yeah, they're another 10 miles. I have to look for lift in this area. So we're right over French Lake, right below us to the right.
Okay.
On the left, you see Cedar back behind us a little bit. There's one lake right here. Kind of looks like it's in Africa or
Over there?
South America, I guess. Yeah, that's Mazaska. That one there. Pretty good size one. You can see Minneapolis on the horizon most of the day today. It's getting a little hazy again, but it would have been straight on the
Straight up
horizon.
that way?
You just see a fistful of skyscrapers, but it's
Yeah, it's really hazy.
so I-35 is right there. Yeah, exactly right. Yep. So we're pointing directly north right now. We have parallel I-35. I'm taking off my sunglasses. You decide if you want to do the same or not. I don't know if you have prescriptions to be on, but
Yeah, a little better.
yeah, my face is in the sun. I'll probably slide them on, but this canopy's got a very dark tint to it. So. Believe it or not, see this little patch of water here, look like saddlebags with green lily pads around the shore.
Yeah.
That's like 85 feet deep. That's the deepest lake in this whole area.
No kidding.
Yeah, all these other ones are maybe 35. That's really
There's a lot of docks on that one.
yeah, that's a very popular lake. A lot of
I live in Eden Prairie, and I always just trailer my boat over to Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, yeah, that's the way
That's
to do
fun
it.
out there. I was out there this morning.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, then you don't have to pay for the dock. and the
No, I
maintenance,
just
so-
trailer.
Yeah,
I go in on Gray's Bay, and then you can go anywhere from there.
yeah. We're on the one with the island right there. See the
Yeah, there.
circle. See the little pontoon boat just to the left of the island. It's there, a little
Yep.
white dot.
Yep.
I guarantee you that's my wife and kids right now.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. It's a really it's a neat little community. All the people that live on the lake, most part are professionals because it costs a little more to live there.
Yeah.
We'll see how much longer I can hold out as a glider pilot. But,
How long have you been there?
I've been there 8 years.
What's the name of the lake?
Circle Lake.
Okay.
And I guess you could go around the island in a circle, but there's nothing round about it.
Right.
Really. Yeah. That's a cool sight. This is that one I was telling you about. Isn't that interesting? Look how dark that water looks
Yeah.
compared to the other lakes.
Yeah. That's the deep one.
That's the really, really deep one, yeah. Very interesting.
There's the airport.
Yep. Gotta bring it back around a little bit. You wouldn't, if we didn't have a vario or a radar climb indicator, you wouldn't even know we were going up right now.
No, you wouldn't.
Going up, you go to your top right instrument. What's 400 feet per minute when I started that? We're in a little bit of sinking air right now. But he can usually pull us up between 400 and 500 feet per minute. That's about it. And if we hit some rising air, it might go to 8 or 9. Sinking air might He's had
Yeah, he told me. In fact, he just told me about one that was pretty long.
Yeah, probably 500 kilometers, probably. Over 300 miles. Feel the air getting cooler also.
Oh, I know. When we flew in Vietnam, you know, down on the ground, it would be about 100 degrees.
Yep.
And I'd fly all the time because once you got up, our cruising altitude for our missions was about between 1,500 and 3,500 feet. But it was nice and cool.
Yep, you can tell. Yeah, it's about 4.5 degrees per 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
That's 10 to 20 degrees, makes a big difference.
Well, she must be in the hangar. I don't see her on the runway.
Yeah, oh yeah, good eye. I don't either. That's a good sign. This lake on the right with the skinny land bridge cutting
Yep.
across it, that's Cannon Lake.
Yeah.
That's the very beginning of the Cannon River right there.
Right there.
That's it.
Okay.
It's the one that goes through and runs down Northfield. And
Yeah.
Cannon Falls, Ghost Village.
So that's spring fed?
You know, there's a river, and you can't really see it very easily, but on the far side of it, on the south side, it feeds it. It may be spring-fed also, but there's a little creek or river that feeds it from Cicada.
Okay.
Which my right wing is pointing at the lake's way up in the distance.
Yeah.
Back there. Yeah, I think there's some water that feeds into there too. But it just, the Cannon River went over the walls a week ago in Northfield again.
I heard about that.
Yeah, flooded out Froggy Bottoms again. I don't know how they got reinsured after the last time.
Yeah.
Another interesting.
35.
Oh, what's that?
35?
Yep, that's 35. There's another interesting sight. See the inflatable kind of
Yep.
soccer dome?
Yep.
To the right of it, see, it looks like a castle in the trees.
Yeah.
That's Shattuck St. Mary, the boarding school.
Oh, yeah.
The hockey players all come
Sure.
Then there's follow your eye, keep going south, you see a long building with a white spire right there. That's the Faribault School for the Deaf,
Okay.
which apparently has a very good national reputation. I'm not sure why. But there's a pretty big deaf community here in Faribault.
Okay.
And even further south, with the last of our landmarks, right over here is
On the right?
medium security prison.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anybody. Oh yeah, I do see some white figures walking down the road. Right in the
Yeah, I do.
middle of the complex.
Yep.
Dinner time. That's where they're going. Yes.
Coming up on 6,000?
Coming up on 6,000, you say?
6,000 feet?
Yeah, coming up. Another 300 and we'll let Kristen go. I think we've had a long day.
What time did you start?
Actually, Friday is my half day, but he worked as a kind of an A&P assistant at the hangar here, I think from 7 o'clock until he starts on for me at 1.
Yeah.
So he's probably ready to fall down. As long as he waits for another 280 feet. Then he can fall down.
Yeah.
This is Northfield right there in the distance.
I see it, yeah. Is Northfield, does that have the malto meal?
Yes.
I see the big grain bins.
Yeah, no, actually those grain bins, I think they actually store grain from Maltonville, but the factory is a little further north than that.
Okay.
In fact, it's kind of lined up with those bins. You see a kind of a gray building.
I do.
A couple miles further on, that's Maltonville.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Peter, we better let him go before he falls asleep on us.
So I pull it?
Bring that yellow knob back nice and easy, and we'll let him out of here.
Okay.
All right. Cool. He goes that way. Oh, I should have warned you, sorry. He becomes a speck pretty quick.
Yeah, he does. That is awesome.
Make a little turn to the right here. I'm going to turn it back. Go buzz my family on the pontoon boat. I've done some calculations. If we were to zip by the pontoon boat at 160 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and we had about a 5-mile-an-hour tailwind, I think we can make the airport. So it's just a little too close, I think. Otherwise, we have to land in the field. I don't know.
Yeah, that gets to be a nuisance.
Yes. Ask JC about that sometimes. I think he's put it down in a few fields as well.
Oh no.
I certainly have. Yeah, you know, it's part of the game when you're either racing or flying cross country.
Or going distance. You know.
Yeah, if I could get another 10 miles, I'll fly over an airport and take a soybean field for sure. Yep, there he is.
Yep.
And he'll spiral down. He's keeping the power on while he spirals, so the engine temperature comes down gradually. If he just kind of cut the power and shoved the nose over, he'd shock cool the engine and maybe crack the cylinder.
Oh man,
That's expensive.
yeah.
I've never had a cracked cylinder on that knock on wood.
Do they really heat up pulling?
Yeah, they do. They get pretty warm, yep. Especially on the mile highs. This is as high as we ever tow pretty much. We often get higher than this, but usually it's from circling and climbing in thermals.
Yeah.
I'm going to go right into the wind here, Peter. We'll see if we can just stop in space. This is kind of a weird sensation because it's blowing about maybe 30 miles an hour up here. You wouldn't know it. But notice.
So you're just catching your lift from the headwind?
Well, not so much lift, but it's if you've ever canoed upstream and then you look at the shore, you might even be going backwards. You know what I mean?
I think I've done that.
All right, now we're doing that now. Flying. Look down at the ground, real steep.
Oh yeah.
You see, we're going backwards a little bit, aren't we? Or are we going forward? I can't
Looks
tell.
forward a little bit.
A little bit.
Not very fast.
No. So there's a pretty good wind up here. So yeah, if we had a mountain range and that wind, bumped into the mountain and came up and over the top, we could work that lift. You bet. We could stay up all day.
Yeah.
But without a mountain range, the wind doesn't really help us stay up. In fact, it messes our thermals up, which is irritating on some days. Instead of a nice column of rising warm air, we bust it up into champagne. And does this motion get to you at all yet? Are you pretty good?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, good. I'll ask you periodically because I don't like to get anyone feeling hokey if I can help.
No, this is great.
Real good. This is a Walmart parking lot there. That's our house thermal. When the sun heats that parking lot up, it kicks off a lot of lift.
I'll be darned. Just a big asphalt park.
Yeah. The general rule is if anything you see on the ground that if you laid your hand on it would be warm, that's a likely thermal trigger. Like a truck stop, a big parking lot like that, a freeway interchange, a freshly plowed field. In fact, there's some gravel pits behind us. There's a junkyard with a bunch of wrecked cars. That all gets nice and hot in the sun. And then the air that touches that hot stuff, heats and then rises. And it tends to vacuum in all the other, as it goes up, it kind of entrains the air, the surrounding air, and the surrounding acreage, and you get yourself a thermal. Like, can you believe how 35 is? I guess I shouldn't ask you that, you just drove it, but it looks like that 24/7, just constant traffic.
Yeah, I used to drive that all the time for business, going down to Iowa and then out west, and get to know 35 pretty well.
Yeah, you can lock cruise control in 75, it's not so bad.
Right.
See the running track down to the right here, and you see it looks like we have a fair going on. See the little yellow right below us.
I see the track.
And then to the left of the track is a fair, it looks like.
Oh yeah. I see the pool too.
I'll move away from it a little bit. Yeah, there's a community pool down there. This has been very popular the last week.
I bet it has. My youngest daughter's up at Duluth going to college, and she's working during the summer.
Oh,
but the house they're in doesn't have air conditioning. So every time we call her, she's at the mall. I said, what are you buying? She's, I'm just enjoying the air conditioning.
Just trying out. Yep. Oh, it's funny. Oh, looks like they might be, they have a dirt track right next to the fair too. If you look down, see the fair again? See the running track and the pool and the fair?
Yeah, I see the dirt track.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's where they have their tractor poles and they do some.
I see the mud out there too.
Yep. Yeah, we have just a bunch of rain. In fact, look where my left wing is pointing. There were a big pointer. See all the water standing out there?
Yep.
That's not usually there. The lakes, yes, but all that other stuff, it's It's much smaller. A lot of it's dried up in the last week, but
Just depressions that collected rainwater?
yeah, exactly, and a lot of dead crops for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll demonstrate a couple maneuvers, Peter. Then if you'd like to fly a little bit,
All right,
do that. I'm
sure.
gonna just lower the nose, and we'll get a little speed, and we'll turn to the right. Gliders spend about half their life in this angle right here.
Yeah.
This is what we do to climb and lift. Right over Hogwarts. It's gonna go shadow. Looks like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to shadow me on the stick, go right ahead. Hold the stick down near the base. It's kind of where it comes out of the seat.
Okay.
It's one of those tricks I was telling you about. If you hold it up high, you tend to jerk it around like
Okay.
that. But if you hold it down low, you don't have much leverage, and it makes you a smooth pilot right out of the gate, which is what pilots like to be.
Well, yeah, I hardly even feel it.
Yeah. Watch, I'm going to go to the right.
Okay.
I just gently move it right. I just wait.
Yeah.
Eventually, get the angle we like. I move it a hair to the left and the
Just to stop the...
Yeah, it stops the rolling. Exactly. So the first trick is to hold it low like I'm doing.
Okay.
The second trick, I'm going to get pointed at the horizon here. The horizon's a little murky today, but you can see where the land and the sky
Yeah.
meet way up in the distance. That blue yaw string, how does that line up with that right now? Is
Pretty close. It's splitting it.
Okay, perfect. So your mission with the stick, by raising and lowering the nose,
Okay.
just keep it kind of lined up about like that.
All right.
And what that will accomplish is it will keep your airspeed nice and steady.
Right.
That way you don't have to look at your instrument. And watch this, even when we turn, now I'm going to turn left.
Okay.
You keep your shadow me still. Notice I drag the yaw string, even when I'm
Yeah.
turning, I just drag it along the horizon. If I pull the nose up here, we're gonna get slow.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Or down, you're going to
Yeah,
speed up.
and then the controls get mushy.
Yep.
And if I'm going to get my speed back. There we go. I'm going to put the yaw string back on the horizon. And if I go here, the controls stay nice and firm. So anywhere between 50, 60 knots is a really good airspeed to fly. But I'd much rather you use the horizon and the yaw string rather than look at your instrument.
Right.
And the last piece of advice is see how much you can relax. Even though this is something I haven't done before, just melt into your seat.
Yeah.
You got the stick now, and
Okay.
I'll keep the pedals, and just experiment moving in any direction you like. The only caution I would have is don't jam it forward real fast,
Yeah, right.
because you'll see what kind of dirt and crud I have on the floor as it floats up past your eyeballs. In other words, you'll get a weightless if you shove too hard forward. I feel little bumps of lift. We might be in work today. And you'll notice that even if you hold the stick without moving it, sometimes one wing will come up or the other one.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yep, and that's just, we're kind of like on the surface of the ocean here. A
Yeah,
little
just
swell
waves,
comes
yeah.
by. Yep. Just move the stick and shove it right back. And while you're doing this, tell you what, why don't you steer us a little to the left. We'll go upwind while we're just cruising here. Yeah, very nice. A little more, a little more. Yeah, right in there, perfect. Now we're going into the wind again. So
Okay.
looks like we're making no headway over the ground. So just for the heck of it, ease the stick forward about an inch. Lower the nose, there you go. And now listen to it get louder, you hear that?
Yeah.
And our speed, we're doing 60, 63, 64, 65. So that's how you would speed up. Now raise the nose again, bring the stick back about an inch. And you see the speed come back down.
Huh?
Yep. Okay.
Air traffic in front of
You got air traffic?
in front.
Really?
Well, the
Oh yeah, good eye. Wow, that looks like a biz jet. Actually, looks like a big one. We usually don't see those below 11,000.
you seem lower than that.
Yeah, I mean that actually looks like a pretty good size, like an 18-seat commuter or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing them too much, but I just know I saw the movie.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing them at that altitude at all. That's very rare. I don't know if I've ever seen one that big down low. Okay, suddenly I'm looking up to the south a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great. Tell you what, and then ease the stick back. We're going to raise the nose a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to get going about 45 knots. So raise it a little more. It's going to get real quiet. Nothing's going to happen. Controls might feel a little mushy, but
Just hold it like there.
nothing happens all of a sudden. Yeah, a little bit higher. Raise the nose a little more. Hear how quiet that is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So you're doing about 50 miles an hour right there. Just floating along.
Yeah, keep pulling it back.
Yeah. In fact, keep coming all the way back
Okay.
until you're right at the backstop. And what will happen is you'll feel the whole glider vibrate a little bit.
That's starting to stall, or
Yeah,
what?
it will, but nothing really happens. It
Yeah.
just gets mushy. But yeah, pull it all the way back now. Is that every last bit?
Okay.
Hard back against the stop. Technically, that's a stall right
Right there.
there, yeah. And then you can ease it forward again. And you got your flying speed back. Yeah, so that's the big scary monster at the low end of the speed range is a mushy stall. That's it.
You want to go down a little bit?
Sure, you
Get
get,
speed.
you get your speed back around 50. Once you hit 50, right there, level out. Now bring your eyes back to the horizon on the outstring and use that going forward. Very nice.
Okay.
You get tired of looking at the sun, you can turn to the right a little bit if you want. We've worked our way back upwind a bit.
So we're okay to go to the right?
Do that.
Okay.
And if at any point you want me to demonstrate some more mild aerobatics or something, if your head and stomach is in the mood for that.
Yeah, I am, but I love this too.
Yeah, I know. It's
It's addictive.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, do this for another 5 minutes and then we'll still have plenty of altitude
Okay.
for me to demonstrate.
Yeah, so I'm just watching the yarn on the
on the horizon. Yep. And so you can feel, if you feel like it, I'm going to come on with you for a minute, Peter.
Okay.
All right, so now we're nice and level.
Yep.
So if I move the stick a little to the left, we gently roll that way, right?
Yep.
If I move it a bunch, we just roll a little faster.
Right.
So if you want to roll fast, sometimes it helps to move your hand a little higher on the stick, then you have more leverage.
Right.
But you can feel free to play around if you want to just see what it feels like, because there's nothing to hit up here.
Yeah.
We're in just a big, fluffy chunk of air. So,
Okay.
well, whatever you feel like experimenting with.
Okay.
The only caution again would be if you jam the stick forward, you'll be a little weightless. It doesn't hurt the glider or me or nothing, but you might get an unexpected adrenaline rush. Yeah, nice. Just like that. Nothing to hit. One of the nice things about flying. You can solo these at 14.
At 14 what?
14 years old, sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter's 14 and she's getting pretty good, but I can't see, patting her on the head and sending her off by herself.
Yeah.
But I could legally. Yeah, very nice. Very nice turn. Yeah, the two biggest demographic overlap with soaring is sailors and motorcyclists.
I'm a motorcyclist.
And a sailor, right? Or
Yeah, well,
boater, right?
powerboat.
Powerboat.
I've sailed, but motorcycle I do all the time.
Okay. There you go.
I can see why you do.
You might have the addictive soaring gene.
Oh, I think so.
And I think part of it is too is it's so nice to lean into these turns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just kind of carve around. That's a really. Plus, it's kind of a chess game up here. On a day that's soarable, you're looking for the right kind of clouds to indicate the lift. You're looking for soaring birds, other gliders. It's a big. You're always engaged in your environment.
Yeah.
You don't have to be if you don't want to, but it usually means your flight won't be very long. You have to land and pay another $55 for a tow.
That's true.
So you have a little bit of a financial incentive to find some lift.
You want to do some maneuvers?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
I'll let go.
I've got it. So first off, I'm going to do a clearing turn. Oh, we'll go right over the fair. Those guys think they have some rides. Well, watch this. Yeah.
Gentlemen.
We'll go over
Yep.
there. All right, so the first one I'll do just a straight ahead stall. And it's kind of neat when this is quiet. Close your little air vent. There you go, just gonna tip it. All right, so this is straight ahead stall. We'll have a few seconds of weightlessness as the nose drops.
Yep. This is where you put the cigarette up here and it floats back over to you.
This is the time.
Yep. Oh man, is that good?
And then here's a hammerhead. They're going to be jealous down below.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's not quite the same as a carnival ride.
No.